and Charlotte again. I just need your money to do it. That position has been filled.
Daddy's going to come home, right?
Why are you asking about Cyrus?
We can get justice for Michael without it turning into a war.
How are we gonna get to this?
Drew really needs to just go away already. The way he acts like he's the one in charge of Willow is ridiculous. Doesn't he know she has a husband and children to think about? Forget Drew and his endless drama. Honestly, Carly&Sonny should just get a restraining order to keep him away from Wiley&Amelia. That'd be the smartest move at this point. And Willow, can you please just find out that Nina and Drew slept together? She really needs a wake-up call. The whole Drew is her knight in shining armor thing is getting out of hand. The most frustrating part? Willow actually lets Drew speak for her, make her decisions, and take control of her life. It's beyond pathetic at this point. But I'm starting to think Drew knows exactly what he's doing. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole mess is his twisted way of getting back at Nina for sending him to prison where he nearly died. What better way to hurt her than by taking Willow and the grandkids away? And why hasn't Sonny made it clear that Drew is off limits when it comes to Michael's kids? Did I miss that memo? Oh, and let me get this straight. Willow is the one supposedly making decisions for Michael, but she can't even bother to go see him. Instead, she leaves, hand in hand with Drew, all cozy like nothing happened. Meanwhile, Nina's about to drop the bomb on her, that it was Nina, not Drew, who made it possible for Willow to get her children back. Watching those two hug each other was so annoying. Since when did Drew become Willow's mouthpiece? She can speak for herself. Drew doesn't get a say in anything that has to do with Wiley&Amelia. And honestly, why is Willow letting Drew run her life? He needs to just stay out of it. It's none of his business. Oh, and Nina was expecting some kind of gratitude when she convinced Sonny to let Willow have her kids. But instead, Willow hugs Drew and leaves Nina standing there. Unbelievable. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. I get that Lulu wants to be with her daughter. I really do. But let's not forget, she has a son, Rocco, who's currently in PC and actually needs her. If she keeps running around the world, chasing Charlotte, she's going to lose Rocco for good. The poor kid's going to end up resenting her if she keeps acting like he doesn't exist. And sure, Willow may technically be in charge of the decision-making, but that doesn't mean Lulu and her husband shouldn't be kept updated on Rocco's condition. Honestly, when Willow pulled that blackmail stunt, the answer should have been simple: just call Diane. If Willow's going to play dirty, it could seriously backfire in the custody case. But the absolute worst part? Drew. He straight up told Willow to use Michael as a pawn in their little game. I mean, Michael's parents can't even see their own son unless they return the kids. If Willow actually cared about Michael, she'd be working with his parents to help him, not playing these shady games. And I wouldn't trust Willow to make decisions about Michael anyway. She's just doing whatever creepy old Drew tells her to. When they asked Drew to give them some privacy with Willow, he was still hovering nearby like a hawk, listening to everything. And of course, as soon as he saw Willow even think about softening, he jumped right in. Drew's a total control freak, and honestly, I wish he was the one leaving, not Michael or Sam and Dex, for that matter. As for Lulu, she needs to wake up. She wants to be with her father? Fine. But she needs to wait and actually contact him, because she's completely forgotten she has another child who needs her right now. And I do love Sonny's growth. I do, but honestly, I would have liked to see him stand up to Willow and tell her off while keeping the kids. Using them as a bargaining chip while pretending to be the world's greatest mom? That's just sick. I could maybe understand if Michael had been a terrible husband, but he literally did everything he could for her. Oh, and don't even get me started on that scene I saw yesterday with Tracy and Aunt Stella talking about Monica. I know the episode aired weeks ago, but watching it? Tears. GH has lost so many incredible people over the years, and it just hits harder when you remember how long daytime actors stay on the show. It's just heartbreaking. I was really hoping Carly would smack that smug look off Drew's face yesterday. He's truly the worst, and Willow? Don't even get me started. She's just beyond weak. I mean, it really needs to come out that Drew and Nina were having a good old time together behind the scenes. Multiple times, no less. Honestly, Drew, aka Uncle Whiskers, really needs to just keep his big mouth shut and mind his own business. I was practically begging for Sonny's mafia side to make an appearance and scare Willow into some kind of reality check. And Drew? He'd be begging for mercy, crawling on his knees, and honestly, I'd be here for it. Then there's Tracy, who absolutely hates Drew but adores Michael. It's like she's waiting for the perfect moment to just light the match that'll burn everything down around Drew and Willow. Honestly, Tracy should release that video and while she's at it, take back Lila's ring from Willow. Because why should Willow wear it after being so unfaithful to Michael? Let's be real, she doesn't deserve it. And just wait until Willow finds out Drew was sleeping with Nina while he was also cozying up to her. That bombshell is going to hit like a ton of bricks. My thoughts and prayers are with Leslie Charlison's family, friends, and her GH family right now. We lost a true legend, and it's heartbreaking. As for Willow, it's hard to believe she's Nell's twin. Seriously, she's such a wuss compared to Nell. Helena would have called her insipid in a heartbeat. And Diane? She better find a way to snatch that medical proxy away from Willow. Honestly, how did she not think of that before Drew filed for divorce? Willow has no business making any medical decisions for Michael, especially when it's obvious she's more concerned with Drew the Snake than her own husband. And finally, looks like Joss is on the brink of figuring out that Cyrus is her next target. Too bad she's probably going to get herself into serious danger. Lucky should step in and talk some sense into her before she ends up in way over her head. So Tracy and Monica have all the hospital pull in the world, and Jason's just casually telling Monica about the one hospital that could help Michael. Naturally, they've got him moved there in the dead of night, and only a select few know where he is. Carly, Jason, Sonny, Monica, Tracy, and oh yeah, the kids. Because nothing says secure and trustworthy like keeping medical decisions in the hands of a handful of people and their kids. Do I believe children should be with their mother? Absolutely. But let's get real for a second. When the situation involves a hospitalized loved one and a mother who's got a new man, Drew, the uncle by the way, the reality is that those kids are better off with a little extra care. Not ideal, but it is what it is. And then there's today's episode, infuriating to say the least. Seriously, who thought it would be a great idea to make Carly and Jason even more frustrating than yesterday? Willow was supposed to handle things, but surprise, Nina feels the need to go running to Sonny for help. Meanwhile, Sasha's trying to put Willow in her place, but of course, that doesn't work. Honestly, is someone going to take down Willow and Drew already? Jason's probably going to find out the mess that's been brewing, and trust me, it's not going to be pretty. Also, Carly and Sonny seriously need to bring Diane in and get legal control over Michael's medical decisions. Willow and Drew are going to keep playing their little power game forever if they don't step in. Oh, and Drew, just when you think he can't sink any lower, he's trying to replace Sam with Willow. He won't even let his own child grieve properly for her mother. Willow's yanked the kids away from everything they knew, and now they've got to process it. Good luck with that. They'll need years of therapy to get through it. I'm half waiting for them to start acting out. I need more drama in my life. And finally, GH is really picking up steam now. They're putting all the pieces together, and I'm here for it. Cyrus, watch out. Your days are numbered. You can bet there's going to be a line of people coming for your head. And at the front, you know Carly, Sonny, Jason, Dante, Alexis, Molly, Christina, Spinelli, Danny, and Jocelyn are leading the charge. You better believe the list goes on. Thank goodness Lucas and Lucky are home in time, along with Liz. The pieces are all falling into place. Cyrus is the real culprit, folks. Meanwhile, Sasha today, she's trying to knock some sense into Willow, but good luck with that. It's a runaway train, and we all know it's about to go off the rails. And let's not forget, Jason's been like a second father to Michael for ages. Michael's made that clear a million times over. So if anyone's stepping in for Michael's sake, it's Jason. We all know it. So, why won't Nina just tell her daughter that she slept with Drew? Oh wait, that's too complicated to explain. Let's talk about Nina's brilliant moment instead. Apparently, she had the exact same realization Carly did about Drew, and then she really let him have it. Honestly, I'm shocked. She actually stood up for herself and chewed him out. Maybe the ladies should put their petty differences aside and team up to take Drew down. Kudos to Nina. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but bravo. Then there's Felicia, who decided to play gatekeeper and told Carly and Jason to get out of the ICU. But hold up, who gave Felicia the authority to start kicking people out? I'm pretty sure it was Drew pulling the strings behind the scenes. And what right does he have to be calling the shots at the hospital? Absolutely none. I really hope this backfires on him, because it's about time he faced some consequences. Let's dive into the whole Wiley-Carly kids or Michael mess. Willow, as always, has done enough damage to her relationship with Michael, and she doesn't even seem to care. Zero remorse. Carly, on the other hand, took the kids because she was acting on what she thought Michael would want, especially after Willow took Wiley to DC without permission to be with her sketchy lover. Nice move, right? The court order never said Willow couldn't see the kids. It just made sure they stayed where they've lived their entire lives, at home. And guess what? Wiley even asked to stay home today too. So what's really best for the kids? To stay with the mother who's clearly brainwashed and easily manipulated, or to be with the family they actually know and love. As a mother myself, I get it. Sometimes being with a parent isn't the best option. And let's face it, Willow's choices lately aren't exactly Mother of the Year material. She's now actively keeping Carly, Sonny, and Jason away from the kids. That's a new low. She was at the hospital, but couldn't care less about seeing her husband, who she claims to love. Instead, she's all about her boy toy, and now she's blocking the people who care about him from even seeing him. I didn't think she could sink any lower, but here we are. And then Carly, she hit the nail on the head when she called Drew out. She finally saw through his manipulative game, where he wants her running to him every time he pulls some stunt. He's got her on a leash, and Carly's not having it anymore. Tracy's Christmas came early this year, didn't it? She's managed to block Willow, someone she can barely stand, from her own kids. And as if that weren't enough, she's also stopped Sonny and Carly, who, surprise, surprise, she also can't stand, from seeing Michael. Didn't see that twist coming, did we? I've never been a Nina fan, but after today, she was actually kind of awesome. The real highlight, though, the way she shut down Drufus, that was chef's kiss. Speaking of drama, when's Brennan going to spill the tea about Cyrus stabbing Dex? How many more lives need to be lost to Digitalis before someone does something about it? And Sasha, get on it, girl. She deserves to know that Michael is the father of your baby. Seriously, teach her a lesson. And while we're on the topic, Chad's coming back to GH. He's just been having a tough time coping with his father's death. Prayers to him and his family. By the way, who's Sasha again? And maybe mind your own business. Those are Willow's kids. You've got your own baby to focus on. Don't stress yourself out. Sasha gets pregnant, and suddenly, her nose is bigger than her belly. What's up with that? Honestly, Nina needs to stop being so scared of losing Willow and just tell her the whole truth. If she doesn't, she's going to lose her anyway, to Drew. Some people are saying Drew is the new Shiloh, and honestly, I'm here for it. And Willow, oh my god, she's basically Nina's twin with all that whining. Then, when she barged in, demanding everything, I couldn't help but see Nell. The exact same energy. If Michael was really going to be written off, it would have happened when Cyrus gave him that Digitalis overdose. But of course, Dr. Gannon had to swoop in like some kind of miracle worker and save the day. So now, Michael's off to a burn clinic to slowly fade into the background while GH decides if they want to recast him. Thrilling. Oh, and let's talk about Facebook. Seriously, is it that hard to handle a little disagreement? I'm getting kicked out of too many GH groups just for voicing an opinion. If you can't handle a conversation where people disagree, maybe don't bother commenting at all. Everyone has their take on the show, and I've been watching long before Carly was even a blip in Port Charles. So save it, no one's going to change my mind about her. And for those obsessed with the sleeping arrangements in DC, spoiler, they weren't in a Motel 6. They probably had a nice 3 or 4 bedroom suite, because surprise, they're rich. Drew telling Willow that Carly is trying to manipulate her. Oh, the irony. He's the one playing games. Willow, wake up already. Drew and Willow, absolute train wrecks. They're blackmailing people to get what they want, while Michael's literally fighting for his life. And yet, Willow still hasn't made a single move to visit him. Way to be supportive. Drew's clearly in it for himself, and neither of them seem the least bit remorseful. And speaking of absences, where the heck is Jason? Oh wait, he's nowhere to be found, while his twin brother is out here poisoning everyone's minds. Carly's all over the place, Sonny's barely keeping it together, and Jason's just missing. Classic. What kind of mother shows up at the hospital to see her children's burnt father, with her lover in tow? What kind of mother uses her kids as pawns and their father's medical proxy as leverage? And how does she expect to be a good mother when she's so easily swayed by people with questionable motives? Sure, Michael didn't die. I don't think he's going to, either. But when he comes back, it's not going to be as the same mild-mannered guy we all know. He's coming back with a vengeance, ready to make Drew pay. Taking his business, that was nothing. Michael's going to come back stronger, better, and set himself up to take over when Sonny finally steps down. Call it a hunch, but I don't think Michael's returning as the person he was before. As for Willow, she's already lost the medical proxy the minute Michael filed for divorce. That's just the way it goes. But of course, these writers have other ideas. It's absolutely infuriating that when Willow used her children as bargaining chips, Carly didn't immediately call her out. Imagine if Carly had said, "Wait a second, Willow. Are you seriously saying you're going to keep Michael's parents from him when he needs them the most? Remember, I have custody of Michael's kids, not you. I get to decide who sees them, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to go down this path." And then there's Sonny. I can't believe he listens to Nina. Why do they always make him turn into this naive little boy around her? It's maddening. The solution to the whole Wiley and Amelia situation is simple. The court gave custody to Michael's family, so they have the right to temporarily place the kids with Willow while Michael recovers, complete with visitation rights for Carly and Sonny. But there's a catch. Drew needs a restraining order, and Willow has to give up the medical proxy. Now, some of you might think Willow deserves to keep the kids. I get it, kids need both parents. But seriously, what kind of mother uses her kids as a bargaining chip? Willow is completely under Drew's control. Nina, who has a track record of dishonesty, is at least trying to manage the narrative, but Willow is a mere puppet. And mark my words, Drew will eventually get rid of Nina too. Fans on both sides should be united in wanting Drew gone. Willow is just a cult follower now, and it's getting ridiculous. Well, I saw the spoilers over a week ago, so it's no surprise that Tracy and Stella had a little heart-to-heart. But let's be real here, it wasn't some genius piece of storytelling like some are claiming. They either casually mentioned Monica's deteriorating health by coincidence, or they were subtly preparing us for Leslie's inevitable decline. And speaking of Drew, can we talk about how he's turning into Shiloh 2.0? Seriously, he's acting like he's got some kind of emotional hold on Willow, and unfortunately, she's totally under his spell. Nina needs to just pull her aside and tell her the truth, like yesterday. Now, I have to ask the important question. Where did all the eye candy go? Seriously, GH, where's the romance? Aside from a handful of attractive guys, I could name off the top of my head. If I'm being generous, the show's seriously lacking in the hottie department. Where's the reason to actually look forward to tuning in every day? I'm not saying the show has to be a romance-filled soap opera, but these depressing, joyless storylines with zero romance to balance them out, it's dragging everything down. And those kids, they belong with their mother, not hanging out at the Quartermain mansion, raised by nannies. The whole let Carly win at any cost fan base, get a grip. Willow did what she had to do to get her kids back, and she wasn't out to sabotage Michael. But this thing with Drew and Willow, it's beyond disturbing. Willow is either brainwashed or acting like she's in some messed up relationship where she can't think for herself. It's like watching an abused spouse who's so controlled they can't make a single move without their partner's permission. Honestly, it's painful to watch at this point. Drew needs to leave, and Willow could use some serious therapy. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Jane Elliott is now the last surviving elder of the Quartermain family at 77. Let that sink in for a minute. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.